Complete first 10 questions. Complete first 10 questions. Question number 1 to question number 10. Question number 1 to question number 10. Question number 1 to question number 10. Complete. Do it. Finish first 10 questions. Question number 1 to question number 10. Students, complete first 10 questions. right? Now, question number 1 to question number 10 now. Question number 1 to question number 10 now. Right. Question number 1. Which of the following is the prosecutor in a criminal case? Did we discuss this paper? No, 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 right? Some questions, yeah, some questions it's there, right? Because anyway, Kaplan paper they duplicate questions. Last week we discussed progress paper, right? The name of the paper is progress paper.
This is the intermediate paper, right?
Okay. Uh, we did. Did I share this paper? Can you check? Okay, let's check. Okay, it's a complete paper. Yes, part of these questions tested. Okay, fine. Let's start. Question number one. Which of the following is a prosecutor in a criminal case? Lamai, in a criminal case, the prosecutor is the state. State is the prosecutor. And here, students, write it down. Criminal case is against the state. Criminal case is against the state. Give 1 mark. Which of the following two are remedies available under civil law? Civil law remedies. So, civil law remedies damages specific performance. Fine and imprisonment. First two, it's a criminal law remedies. So correct answer C and D, give 2 marks. If both correct, give 2 marks. Otherwise, don't give marks. So please write down the explanation also in the question, right? Or else if you don't have printed paper, write down in your exercise book. Question number 2, fine and imprisonment comes under criminal law remedies. Question number 3. Which of the following courts here civil cases? County court. Magistrate court, if you take, it is civil and criminal. Court of appeal, civil and criminal. Only civil case is county court. Correct answer is A. Give 2 marks. Question number 4. Which of the following type of dismissal occur when no notice is given? There is no notice given to employee. No notice given to employee. That is we call summary dismissal. Summary dismissal. Summary dismissal. Give 1 mark. Summary dismissal. Which of the following describe standard of proof in a civil law case? Lamai, civil law case standard of proof is balance of probability. Balance of probability. In a criminal case, it is beyond reasonable doubt. Beyond reasonable doubt. In a criminal case, beyond reasonable doubt. In a civil case, balance of probability. So question number 5, answer is B, balance of probability. Give 2 marks. Sorry, 1 mark. Which of the following will terminate an offer? Which of the following will terminate an offer? Posting a letter of revocation. It's apply postal rule here. A request for information. Death of the offeree. Death of the offeree. Actually, students, postal rule is acceptable related to acceptance, not to revocation. Which of the following will terminate the offer? The answer is C, death of the offering. Terminate the offer. Give 1 mark. Give 1 mark. Question number 7. When a general partnership is terminated, which of the following is paid off first? Paid off first out of the funds from the partnership asset. What we paid first? We paid first external debts. D is the answer. Give 2 marks. External debts. Because in the partnership, always we should pay external debts first. Question number 8. Which of the following contract must be in the form of deed? Must be in the form of deed. Answer A. A is the answer. Give 1 mark. Why I am telling answer is A? It is a speciality contract. Speciality contract. Speciality contract means it should be in the form of written form. A specific format is required. Deed always, yes, comes under speciality contract. So answer A. Question number 9. In relation to contract law, how long offer will remain open? Offer remain open. How long? A reasonable time. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. Offer will open for a reasonable time. The purpose of an agency relationship is to form business contract between which of the following parties? Agency law applied between agent and the third party. Answer is B. Give 1 mark. Agent and the third party. Agent is act on behalf of the principal. Okay. How many of you all got all 10 correct? This paper. Entire paper we did. How many questions? Part 2 also we did. We discuss? Okay. Okay. Can you check, students? Those who online students, can you please check? Okay. I think we discussed this paper. The last question also we discussed. Michael?
The last question.
Yes.
We discussed actually, I don't know whether the same questions were same.
Same. Okay. Can you check? Okay. Fourth one. Question. Fourth one. Answer. Section B. I'm talking about.
First answer B and C. Second one D. Third one A and C.
Fifth one.
First one I got wrong. Second one was wrong. Third one D.
Okay. Right. Fine. So I'll give you another paper. I think we discussed this paper. Students, I think we discussed this paper. So there is a question in the exam kit, question number 29. Okay. Burden of proof in a criminal case. The answer given it lies with the prosecution. Same questions, yes. Fatima, it's like this. It lies with prosecution means, yes, it's simply, we can say, beyond all, not probability, beyond reasonable doubt, you should prove burden of proof. Right. Who should do that? The prosecution. Right. Can you send me that question? Can you send me that question and the answer? Progress paper we didn't discuss. Huh? Okay. So we need to discuss that, right? Correct. Okay. So let's discuss the progress paper which we discussed last class. I asked you to do that paper, but I didn't discuss. I'll discuss that one now. Correct. This paper we did. This paper we did. I'll check that. Students, let's take the mock exam paper which you did at last. Take the mock exam paper which you did at last. So let's discuss this paper. Question number 1. Before that, I got a question. Yes, question number 29. Which of the following correctly applies to the burden of proof? See here, burden of proof, standard of proof, it's like this. Who should prove in a criminal case? Actually, the prosecution. Prosecution should prove, right? But the prosecution should prove beyond reasonable doubt. Beyond reasonable doubt. But try to understand one thing, it is not must. See, here the answer is C, reason. It says not just beyond reasonable doubt. It said must proved beyond reasonable doubt. Right? Must means it is mandatory. It is not mandatory, but normally it is beyond reasonable doubt. So compare with the answers. Answer C is the suitable answer here. Ashwa understood. Question number 1. Question number 1. Correct this paper. I ask you to do this. Right. So last class, we did an exam, mock exam. Those who didn't complete, take that paper and mark the answer with me. Question number 1. Which of the following is not needed? Which of the following is not needed for a legally binding contract? Not needed legally binding contract. Which one is not needed for a legally binding contract? Written contract. So answer is B. Give 1 mark. Give 1 mark. Question number 2. Which of these statements most accurately describe English legal system? Most accurately describe English legal system. Civil law system, neither common law or civil law, it's a common law system. It's a common law system. Correct answer is A. Give 1 mark. It's a common law system. Give 1 mark. Question number 3. What are the maximum penalties under Bribery Act? Under Bribery Act, what is the maximum penalty? What is the maximum penalty under Bribery Act? 10 years of individual and unlimited fine for commercial organization. Give 2 marks. 10 years for an individual and unlimited fine for commercial organization. These are direct questions. There is no need to apply your judgments here. Which document is an employee entitled to receive start of the employment? Start of the employment. A copy of employer's liability insurance detail, staff handbook, contract of employment, written statement of particulars. Written statement of particulars. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. The written statement of particulars are mandatory. Start of the employment. Entitled to receive. Which of the following statements incorrect relation to directors? Private companies are required to have at least one director, which is correct. Public companies required to have at least 2 directors. That is also correct. All directors must be over 21 age. Actually, all directors must be over 16. Correct answer is C. Give 1 mark. The directors more than 16. Statute law refers to answer A, law created by parliament in the form of legislation. Law deriving from cases. Law created by judges. What is the answer? Statute law means it's parliament in the form of legislation. Law derived from cases we call case law. Is that clear? Question number 7. What is the neighbor principle? What is the neighbor principle in negligence? The neighbor principle in negligence. Correct answer C. Why it is C? See, the principle which establishes whether duty of care owed to claimant. Duty of care owed to claimant. That is called Donaghy versus Stevenson case. So mark it. Case is Donaghy versus Stevenson case. Duty of care principle is established in this case. Which of the following is not a type of resolution? Which of the following is not a type of resolution? Not a type of resolution. What is that? What is the answer? Selective resolution. Selective resolution. Answer is B. Answer is B. Answer is B. Who brings a criminal case to court? Who brings criminal case to case to court? Criminal cases to court. Exactly, the state brings. Answer is A. Give 1 mark. Give 1 mark. Question number 10. Which of the following is not a type of partnership structure? Which of the following is not a type of partnership structure? What is the answer? General partnership, correct. Limited partnership, correct. Limited liability partnership, correct. Extraordinary partnership is wrong. Answer is B. Give 2 marks. Meetings only. Annual general meeting and extraordinary general meeting. EGM means extraordinary general meeting. There is no resolution called extraordinary partnership. There is no partnership called extraordinary partnership. Give 2 marks. Okay. How many of you all got all 10 questions correct? How many of you all got all correct? All 10. Perfect. Others? Right. Question number 11. Which of the following statements incorrect? Which of the following statements incorrect? Wrong. A public limited company's name must be PLC. It is wrong. Sorry, it is correct. Public means correct. Both private and public limited company must hold annual general meeting each calendar year. No, this is wrong. Private companies not required to have AGM. Private companies not required to have AGM. Correct answer is B. Give 2 marks. Give 2 marks. AGM for a public company. What is executory consideration? 12. What is executory consideration? Executory consideration means an exchange of promises for future act. Exchange of promises for future act. So 12, answer is B. Give 1 mark. Exchange of promises for future act. Question 13. Which of the following is not a feature of a limited company? Which of the following is not a feature of a limited company? The company's separate legal personality, perpetual succession of the company, limited liability of the members, directors' immunity from any criminal sanctions. 13, what is the answer? Not a feature of a limited company. Company separate legal personality, correct? Perpetual succession of the company, correct? Limited liability of the members, correct? The director's immunity from any criminal sanctions, no. Directors are personally liable. Directors Disqualification Act is there. So answer is D. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. Give 2 marks. Now Lamai, let's move to question number 14. Which of the following, which document establishes constitution of the company, constitution of the company, and how it may run its affairs. How it may run its affairs. What is the answer? 14. Director's contract of employment? No. Certificate of incorporation? Certificate of incorporation, incorporation certificate, right? After that only company form. Memorandum? Technically, articles of association is the while I am explaining articles of association, I use the word constitution. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. Question 15. Which act of the parliament incorporated the European Convention of Human Rights and Fundamental Freedoms into English law? What is the answer? Human Rights Act. Correct answer is B. We discuss. What is the quorum for general meeting of a registered company? For a registered company, what is the quorum? For a registered company, what is the quorum? General meeting. 2 persons being members or proxies for members. Minimum 2. Give 1 mark. Answer is A. For a general meeting, registered company, the quorum, right? 2 people. 17. Which of the following statement is correct? Which of the following statement is correct? 17. The person appointed which of the following statement is correct? "17. The person appointed as liquidator need not to have any formal qualifications." Wrong. He should be a qualified liquidator. The person appointed as liquidator must be a qualified accountant. No. Qualified practitioner. Insolvency practitioner. The person appointed liquidator must be qualified as, yes, answer is C. Give 2 marks. The memorandum of association of a company must sign by, memorandum of association of a company must sign by whom? Subscribers. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. Answer is D. Subscribers. Give 2 marks. Question number 19. What is the minimum number of directors for PLC? 2. Answer is B. Give 1 mark. What is representation? What is representation? Representation is a statement before a contract is made which induce the contract. Answer is B. Correct answer is B. Give 2 marks. How many of you all got 20 out of 20? Anyone who got 20 out of 20? 18? Smart. 16? 17? Okay. Question number 21. Question number 21. What is mean by statutory interpretation? Chapter number 1. Statutory interpretation. The interpretation statute by Parliament the interpretation of statute by House of Commons, the interpretation statute by courts, the interpretation statute by House of Lords. Correct answer is C, by courts. C is the answer. Give 2 marks. What is necessary to convict a director of fraudulent trading? What is the necessary to convict a director of fraudulent trading? What is the answer? Director had dishonest intent. Director was not a shadow director. The director was not a shareholder. A. Dishonest intent. Correct answer is A. Give 1 mark. Question 23. How long does a company have to file amended articles of association with the registrar if they have been altered? You are changing articles of association. Within how many days you should file amended articles of association? That is a question. 15 days. Answer is B. Give 1 mark. Smart. Persons who take procedural steps to set up a company and to make business preparation for the company known as promoters. Answer is D. Give 1 mark. And this is Tycross versus Grant case about promoters. We discussed this. Question number 25. Which of the following person or bodies cannot petition the court compulsory winding up? Which of the following persons or bodies cannot petition the court for compulsory winding up? Compulsory winding up. 25. What is the answer? Correct answer is D. D is the answer. Give 2 marks. What is a shadow director? Question number 26. What is a shadow director? A person, directions and instructions the directors of a company follow. Answer is B. Give 1 mark. Shadow director means he do the work without taking the ownership. Where an offer does not stipulate an expiry date, it will remain open for a reasonable time. Give 2 marks. Answer is D. 28. Companies Act 2006 requires directors to have regard to the interest of the company employees. If directors fails to satisfy this requirement, action may be taken against them by company employees. Which above is correct? Companies Act require directors to have regard the interest of the company employees. If directors fail to satisfy this requirement, answer is A. Company. Action taken by the company. Because action taken by company answer is A. Give 2 marks. Answer is A. Give 2 marks. Question number 29. Which of the following two statements regarding implied terms are correct? Implied terms are correct. The contract would make little sense without them. They can be terms being laid down by the Act of Parliament. Yes, correct answer is B and C. Implied by statute, also there. Implied by court is also there. Correct answer is B and C. Give 2 marks. Question number 30. Question number 30. A floating charge is a charge class of asset present or future which may change in the ordinary course of business. Answer D. Give 2 marks. It change, for example, inventory. Floating charge, for example, inventory. Because it's change due to ordinary course of business. What does privity of contract means? What does privity of contract means? A contract is made between two contracting parties, cannot protect a third party. Answer is B. Give 2 marks. Which court hears an appeals from the High Court? Which court hears an appeal from the High Court? The Court of Appeal, Civil Division. Give 1 mark. Answer is A. Which of the following statement is correct? Which of the following statement is correct? A partner is an ordinary partnership jointly owned firm's asset. A shareholders in a company jointly own company's asset. So 33 A. Give 2 marks. Give 2 marks. Thirty-four. Which of the following is not an example how agency relationship come into existence? Not an example. Not an example. 34. Through by express appointment, ratification, act of necessity. Answer is D. Correct answer is D. All other three are ways of getting agency relationships. Correct answer is D. Which of the following is not a legitimate use of share premium account? Legitimate use of share premium account. 35. Writing off a discount of the issue of shares, writing off underwriting commission, writing off preliminary expenses, issuing bonus shares. Legitimate use of share premium account. Legitimate use of share premium account. Writing off discount of the issue of shares. Correct answer is A. Give 2 marks. Because all other B, C, D, it's a legitimate use. A is not a legitimate use. What is the constructive dismissal? What is constructive dismissal? 36. Correct. Employee resigned due to employer breaching their contract. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. Question number 37. If a company makes an unlawful dividend, if a company makes an unlawful dividend, who may be involved in making good the distribution? What is the answer? Auditors, directors, shareholders. Correct answer is 37. Correct answer is 37D. Give 2 marks. Here write it down. Shareholder will only be liable if they know dividend is unlawful. Auditors, directors, and the shareholders. High Court comprises 3 divisions. What are the 3 divisions? High Court. King's Bench, Chancery Bench, Family Division. Answer is A. Give 2 marks. Sorry, 1 mark. Which of the following statements relating to class rights is incorrect? Which of the following statements relating to class rights is incorrect? So, what is the answer? Class rights are the rights attached to different classes of shares. Correct. Class rights can be altered by passing a special resolution. Correct. Class rights can be include voting rights, dividends, and rights return of capital. Class rights cannot be altered. Can be. Which of the following statements is incorrect? 39. Class rights can never be altered. Give 2 marks. Answer is D. Answer is D. Arnold contracts with Nita to paint the interior of her flat for £200. Halfway through the work, he asks for an additional 100. What is the case? How would entitle to extra payment? Nita asked him to paint exterior of the flat. Because answer is B, give 1 mark. If there is an extra work, extra consideration is possible. So extra consideration possible for extra work. For extra work. Question number 41. Who should be suspicious in money laundering activity to be reported to? National Crime Agency. Answer is A. Give 1. Which of the following is not a remedy available for a successful finding unfair dismissal? Fine employer. Answer is A. Give 2 marks. Which of the following is not a type of authority? Which of the following is not a type of authority? Answer is D. Authorized authority. Give 1 mark. Answer is D. Question 44. Which of the following ways describes how a company can remove a director? How a company can remove a director? By passing an ordinary resolution in a general meeting. Answer is B. Give 2 marks. What is the notice period? ordinary resolution with special notice, write it down, special notice of 28 days. Special notice of 28 days. An intention to create legal relation will be presumed in which of the following situations? Correct answer is C. Give 1 mark. Correct answer is C. Students, tell me the total marks of section A. Tell me the total marks of section A. Count and tell. 64. Others, Lamai, count your section A marks and type. Count your marks, section A. $49, $64. What about others? Type. Count your marks and type. $62, good. 60, okay. Now Lamai, let's move to section B. Section B. Question number 1. Info Limited is a small company. Info Limited is a small company that specializes in selling computer hardware and software to accountancy firms. It advertised in a specialized accounting journal as follows. Clearance sale. Limited number of Super 6686 computers for only 1000 each, which will be sold to the first 20 customers to send an order and check for the full amount. Alan, an accountant, reads the advertisement on Wednesday, the day of publication of the journal. He immediately posts an order, including his check, to Info Limited. By 8 a.m. on Thursday morning, he has changed his mind and he sent a fax to Info Limited cancelling his order and requesting the return of his check. He posted letter arrives 1 hour later. Info Limited subsequently cashes Alan's check, claiming that it's a binding contract with him and refuses to return the money. Task 1. Which two of the following statements are correct? An advertisement always deemed to be invitation to treat. An advertisement can be deemed to an offer where no further negotiations are intended. A shop display is an offer. A shop display is an invitation to treat. A shop display is invitation to treat. An advertisement can be deemed to be an offer where no further negotiations are intended. Correct answer is B and D, give 2 marks. Which two of the following statements are correct? Which two of the following statements are correct? Offer can be revoked. Yes. Offer can be revoked. Offer cannot be revoked. After acceptance only you can't revoke. Acceptance of an offer can be revoked. Acceptance of an offer cannot be revoked. A and D is the answer. A and D. Give 2 marks. Which two of the following statements are correct? Task 3. There is a binding contract between A and Info Limited because acceptance was complete when A posted his order. Correct. There is no binding contract that is wrong. Acceptance is complete as soon as the letter postal rule. Correct answer is A and C. Give 2 marks. Postal rule. Question number 2. Question number 2. Raymond is a director of A Limited, a soft drink company. January, Raymond paid a visit to Charles, who is the chief executive of Carbon Cans Limited, a company that manufactures drink cans and bottles aimed at the beer market. During their meeting, Charles informs Raymond that he has patented and engineers a design beer can which can keep beer at the correct temperature. Charles asked Raymond whether his company would be interested in licensing the product. In March, the board of directors decided company will enter into the beer market. In April, Raymond resigned as director and assumes the position of the director of a rival company. One of his first actions as director to adopt carbon license as a proposed by Charles. Raymond's new company is making a roaring trade selling quality beer which remains fresh and cooler far longer than its competitors. Which two of the following statements are correct? Directors owe their duties to individual members. Directors owe their duties to company as a whole. A breach of a director duty cannot be ratified by shareholder. A breach of director duty can be ratified by an ordinary resolution. So task 1, what is the answer? Directors owe their duties company as a whole. That is correct. A breach of director's duty ratified by ordinary resolution. Correct answer is B and D. Give 2 marks. Which of the following statements correct? Raymond has breached his duty not to accept benefits. Not to accept benefits from third party. Raymond has breached his duty to promote the success of the company. Raymond has breached his duty to avoid conflict of interest. Raymond has breached his duty to declare interest in a proposed transaction or arrangement. Actually, Raymond has breached duty to avoid conflict of interest. Gives answer C, give 2 marks. So if you want, the same case happened in IDC versus Cooley case facts. So you can refer IDC versus Cooley case. Same facts are repeated in the story. Which of the following statements correct? Which of the following statements correct? Raymond will not liable account for the profit made. Wrong. Raymond will be liable to account Atkinson Limited for the profit made. Correct. The action must be brought by Atkinson Limited. Answer is B and C. Give 2 marks. Question number 3. Question number 3. Alvin, Simon and T have been in a partnership for many years running vets practice. The partnership agreement states that all drugs are only to be purchased from Dave. T has been suffering from ill health for a number of years and has now retired. Simon has entered into a contract to buy drugs from B. The drugs have been delivered, but now Alvin is refusing to pay for them. Dave is also due payment for drugs purchased by the partnership. Which two of the following statements are correct? A general partnership begins when the partnership agreement is signed. Without agreement also you can start the partnership. A general partnership begins when the business activity commences. Yes. A general partnership must be registered. No, limited partnership only registered. A general partnership does not need to be registered in Companies House. Answer is B and D. Give 2 marks. B and D give 2 marks. Which two of the following statements are correct? A partner only has express authority which is set out the partnership agreement. No, implied authority is also there. A partner has implied authority as set out in the Partnership Act. Correct, implied by statute. Simon has acted within his express authority. Simon acted within his implied authority. Correct answer is B and, sorry, 1 minute. B and D. Give 2 marks. Question number 3. Which two of the following statements are correct? Alvin and Simon are liable for the debts owed to Dave and B. Correct. Alvin, Simon not liable for the debts. No, liable. T is liable for the debt. No. T will not be liable for the debt to Dave and B if he has given correct notice of his retirement. Yes. If he give a correct notice, yes. Answer is A and D give 2 marks. A and D give 2 marks. Question number 4. 30th November 23, A Limited went into liquidation. At this date, the following debts were outstanding. Trade creditors 150, a mortgage 200, a loan 550,000, loan 40,000, okay, wages and salaries of previous week 20,000. The liquidator will charge a fee 7,000 to undertake the liquidation process. Which of the following statement is correct? A charge must be registered company within 14 days. Wrong. Actually, within 21 days, a charge should be registered in the company. Answer is B. Give 2 marks. So, must be registered within 21 days of creation. Which of the following would be repaid first? Fixed charge holder. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. Which of the following will be repaid last? Trade creditors. Answer A, give 2 marks. Answer A, give 2 marks. 5. Samson is a partner in a firm of solicitors, is representing his client Timothy in the purchase of apartment for £250,000. Timothy is financing this purchase with 180,000 mortgage loan from a building society and the remaining sum from his own savings. However, he only has a total of 20,000 in his savings account and does not own any other assets such as shares. On a recent visit to see Samson, Timothy seemed very anxious and was very concerned about that had absolutely no money left to cover outstanding balance. 2 days later, Timothy returned to Samson's office with 50,000 in cash, told Samson they should settle it. Samson, concerned about how quickly Timothy has been able to obtain money to cover the transaction, he is uncertain about how to proceed. What are the 2 statements related to money laundering offenses? Laundering, failure to report. Answer is B and C, give 2 marks. Integration, placement, stages of money laundering. Placement, layering, integration, these 3 are stages of money laundering. That is comes under laundering process. So actually answer A and answer D comes under answer B. Which 2 of the following statements are correct? Samson must inform Timothy that has suspect money laundering. No. Tipping off. Samson must not inform Timothy. Correct. B is correct. Samson must report to suspected money laundering National Crime Agency. Correct. Answer is B and C. Give 2 marks. Answer is B and C. Give 2 marks. Which 2 statements are correct? The maximum penalty for money laundering 10 years imprisonment. Maximum penalty money laundering 14 years imprisonment. That is correct. The maximum penalty for failure to report 5 years imprisonment. That is also correct. Correct answer is B and C, give 2 marks. B and C, give 2 marks. Okay. Right. Students, now type your names and your total marks. Type your name and the total marks. Everyone should do this. So everyone should do this. B and C. Now, everyone should do this. You should type your name. Personal message is fine, no problem. And the total marks. Okay. So, Shivani, I received your marks. Others, type your marks. Total out of 100. Fatima, Ashfa, I got your marks. Fatima, Ashfa, I got your marks. Others? Sajid, I got your marks. Hasna, Ishraq, I got your marks. What is your marks? 88. Mariam, I got your marks. Pute, what is your name? Right. Then Bilal Hassan. Okay, I got your marks. Others? Others send your marks. Type. Mendini, what is your marks? Okay. Sharini, okay. Taruki, okay. Others? All done? Right. Next class, today I'll upload another paper. You should finish that paper within given 2 hours time at home. Next class, I will discuss that paper. Is that clear? So once I put the paper into LMS, I'll put a text in the WhatsApp. Okay, complete. There are more papers we're going to discuss. There are a lot of papers there. We'll discuss all the papers daily basis, right? So you are technically doing 5-6 mock exams. Why I ask your marks? Technically, I want to see your progress. This is the first paper, complete paper. The second paper I will share. Next week we'll discuss. Right. So we'll compare. So you can do that comparison and you can improve your level of confidence based on that. Okay. After that, directly you can do the exam. Right. Okay. With that point, I'll stop. Okay. First, finish first 10 questions. Which of the following is not needed for a legally binding contract to be in force? What is the answer? Correct answer is B, written contract. Give 1 mark. So contract not necessarily in the form of writing. It can be in the form of oral, writing, or conduct. Question number 2. Which of these statements most accurately describe English legal system? Which of these statements most accurately describe English legal system? Common law, civil law, neither common law or civil law system. What is the answer? English legal system, common law system. Answer is A. Give 1. Question number 3. What are the maximum penalty under the Bribery Act of 2010? What are the maximum penalty under Bribery Act of 2010? What is the answer? 10 years of individual unlimited fine for commercial organization. Give 2 marks. Which document is a worker legally entitled to receive at the start of employment? A written statement of employee particulars. In this question, write down, it is required by Employment Right Act. Employment Rights Act. Actually, it's a requirement of Employees Rights Act. Question number 5. Which of the following statements incorrect relation to directors? All directors must be over the age of 21. Actually, what is the age? Directors must be over 16 age. What does statute law refer to? What does statute law refer to? It's a law created by parliament in the form of legislation. Correct answer is A. Question number 7. What is neighbor principle in negligence? What is neighbor principle in negligence? Actually, it's a duty of care. Answer is C, give 2 marks. So, this principle is explained through Donaghy versus Stevenson case. Donaghy versus Stevenson case. Question number 8. Question number 8. Which of the following is not a type of resolution? Written resolution, selective resolution, ordinary resolution. Not a type of resolution. Selective resolution. This is not a type of resolution. Question number 9. Who brings criminal case to court? Who brings criminal case to court? A. The state. The name of crown. Give 1 mark. Which of the following is not a type of partnership structure? Not a type of partnership structure. General, limited, extraordinary. Correct answer is B. Give 1 mark. Do next 10 questions. Do next 10 questions. I think most of these questions are already we discussed with the other papers. So Kaplan is rotating same questions again. Next 10 questions, do it. Question number 11 to question number 20. Right. Question number 11. Question number 11. Which of the following statement is incorrect? A public limited company name must be end with the word of public limited company. What is the answer? Both private and public companies must hold annual general meeting each calendar year. A private company prohibited offering shares. There is no minimum share capital required for private limited companies. What is the answer? B is the answer. Give 2 marks. What is executory consideration? What is executory consideration? What is executory consideration? What is executory consideration? An exchange of promise for future act. Correct answer is B. Give 1. Question number 13. Which of the following is not a feature of limited company? Not a feature of limited company. 13. The director's immunity from criminal sanction. 13. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. Because if you want, write down director liable for criminal and fraudulent offense. Which document established the constitution of a company, how it may run its affairs? 14. It is articles of association. It's a constitution of the company. Give 2 marks. Which act of parliament incorporated in the European Convention the protection of human rights, fundamental freedoms into English legal system? Human Rights Act. Answer is B. Give 1 mark. What is the quorum for general meeting of a registered company? What is the quorum of general meeting of a registered company? 2 persons being members or proxies. A. Give 1 mark. Which of the following statements is correct? Which of the following statement is correct? The person appointed as a liquidator must be a qualified. Answer is C. Give 2 marks. Who must sign memorandum of association of a company? Memorandum of association of a company. Subscribers only. D. Give 2 marks. What is the minimum number of directors for a PLC must have? B. 2. Answer is B. Give 1 mark. What is representation means? What is representation? It's a statement of fact before a contract is made, including the induces the formation of the contract. Answer is B. Give 2 marks. What is mean by statutory interpretation? 21. The interpretation of statute by courts. Give 2 marks. Answer is C. What is the necessary to establish order to convict someone of fraudulent trading? What is the answer? Directors has dishonest intent. Correct answer is A. Give 1. How long does a company have filed amended articles of association within the registrar if have been altered? If you altered articles of association, how frequently you should, within how many days you should send? How many days? 15 days. Answer is B. What are persons who take procedural steps to set up a company, who make business preparation for the company, known as promoters? Promoters. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. 25. Which of the following persons or bodies cannot petition the court for compulsory winding up? Any creditor. Answer is C. Give 2 marks. Who is or what is shadow director? What is shadow director? A person which direction and instructions or directors of a company follow. Shadow director. B. Give 1 mark. Where a contract does not stipulate an expiry date, for what period of time will it remain open? Reasonable time. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. Companies Act 2006 requires directors to have regard to the interest of the company employees. If directors fails to satisfy this requirement, action may be taken against them by company, the employees. It is against, action can be taken company. Answer is A. Give 2 marks. What are the implied terms of contract? The contract would make little sense without them. Implied contract. Answer is B. Give 2 marks. Which of the following correctly describe floating charge? What is floating charge? Class of assets that can be sell. Answer is D. 2 marks. 31. What does privity of contract means? What does? Okay. Next 10 question. 30 to 40. Finish it off. 30 to 40. Finished it off. Question number 31. What does privity of contract means? What is the answer? Privity of contract means. B. A contract made between two contract parties and connect protected a third party. Correct answer is B. Give 2 marks. Which court here an appeal from High Court? Court of Appeal. Correct answer is A. Give 1 mark. Which of the following statements are correct? The partners ordinary partnership jointly own firm's asset. The shareholders in a company jointly own company's asset. What is the answer? A is the answer. The partners in ordinary partnership jointly own firm's asset. Answer is A. Give 2 marks. 34. Which of the following is not an example how an agency relationship can come to existence? Through act of third party. Give 2 marks. Answer is D. Which of the following is not a legitimate use of share premium account? Legitimate, not a legitimate use of share premium account. Writing off discount of issuing shares. Answer is A. What is constructive dismissal? What is constructive dismissal? D. An employee resigns due to an employer breaching their contract. Correct answer is D. If the company makes unlawful dividend, who may involved in making good distribution? Good distribution. The company, directors and the shareholders. D. Give 2 marks. The High Court comprises which of these divisions? A. King's Bench, Chancery and Family Divisions. Give 1 mark. Which of the following statements relating to class right is incorrect? Class rights never been altered. Can alter. Give 2 marks. D. Arnold contract with Nita to paint interior her flat for £200. Halfway through the work, he asked additional £100. In which of the following circumstances Arnold entitled for extra payments? Nita asked him to also paint exterior flat. Additional work, additional consideration. Answer is B. Give 1 mark. Who should suspicion of money laundering activity be reported to? National Crime Agency. Answer is A. Which of the following is not a remedy available for a successful finding of unfair dismissal? Fining the employer. Answer is A. Give 2 marks. Which of the following is not a type of authority? Not a type of authority. Unauthorized authority. Answer is D. Give 2 marks. Which of the following ways describes how a company can remove a director? By passing ordinary resolution of the general meeting. Answer is B. Give 1. An intention to create legal relations will be presumed in which of the following situations? Between parties in a commercial relationship. Answer is C. Give 1. Right. Now time is 4 o'clock. Let's start at 4:15. I'll discuss section B. Section B questions not discussed earlier, right? Okay, take a break. After that, we'll discuss section B. Tomorrow, mock paper starts at 2:30. That is not a Kaplan paper. The paper is ready. Then, section B. Info Limited. Info Limited is a small company that specializes that specializes selling computer hardware and software to accountancy firm. It advertised a specialized accounting journal as follows: clearance sales, limited number of particular computer, only £1,000 each, will be sold to the first 20 customers to send an order and check for the full amount. A reads the advertisement on Wednesday, the day publication of the journal. He immediately posts an order, including his check, to Info Limited. By 8 a.m. Thursday morning, he has changed his mind and sent a fax to Info Limited, cancelling his order and requesting the return of his check. His posted letter arrives 1 hour later. Alan cancels his check, claiming there was no binding contract between him and Info Limited. Right. The statement. Number 1. The advertisement is merely marketing jargon and does not amount to valid offer. Statement is true or false. The advertisement merely marketing jargon and does not amount to a valid offer. What is the answer? The statement is false. The statement is false. Why? What is the reason? I didn't get that. It's an offer. So write it down. Here, it's an offer. Carlyle versus Carbolic smoke bowl case. The advertisement is likely to be considered offer due to the specific wording and unreserved commitment to enter into the contract. True. Lamai, if you want, here write it down. The case name is Carlyle versus Carbolic smoke bowl. The wording of the advertisement was sufficiently categorical for it to have been a valid offer to the world at large. Correct. When I said Carlyle versus Carbolic, now you can identify the answers. That's why I told you this one, case knowledge is matter. So when you are doing section B, you should know, okay, this story is related to what case? It's matter. True. The advertisement is not a valid offer since it is not possible to make an offer to the world at large. You can make offer to the world, Carlyle versus Carbolic. Give 2 marks is all correct. Offer can made to public. In the event that Info Limited advertisement is valid offer, which 2 of the following statements are correct? Which 2 of the following statements are correct? Postal rule does not apply to Alan's order since it was not sent via recorded delivery. If the postal rule apply, Alan's acceptance is completed as soon as the order is posted. Correct, right? The postal rule only apply via the contemplation of the parties that the post will be used as a means of acceptance. In the event, that is also correct. In the event Alan's order did not reach, therefore not have valid acceptance. No, acceptance is made at the time of postal. So correct answer. These 2 statements are correct. Number 2 and the number 3. Task number 3. In the event Alan's breach in contract with Info Limited, which of the following remedies is most appropriate in the circumstances? Most appropriate in the circumstances. Loss of bargain damages. Answer is that. Loss of bargain damages. Question number 2. Raymond is a director of Atkinson Limited, a soft drink company. January, Raymond paid a visit to Charles, who is a chef executive, of Carbon Cans Limited, a company that manufactures drink cans and bottles aimed at the beer market. During their meeting, Charles informs Raymond that he has patented ingenious design for the beer that can be keep beer at the correct temperature. Charles Raymond whether his company would be interested in licensing the product. In March, the board of directors Atkinson decides that the company will enter into the beer market. In April, Raymond resigns as a director, assume the position of director of a rival company, Deccan Limited. And one of his first actions as a director is to adopt the carbon cans license as proposed by Charles. Deccan Limited is making a roaring trade selling quality beer which remain fresh and cooler far longer than its competitors. What is the statutory duty Raymond most likely to have breach as a managing director? What is this? Duty of avoid conflict of interest. Did you all did this question? Similar one. Okay. What should Raymond have done to avoid being in breach of his statutory duty as a director? What is the answer? Here see, Raymond should declare full extent of relationship with Carbon Limited. Disclosure is required. You got my point? So the answer, first one. What remedy is Atkinson Limited most likely to seek in relation to Raymond's breach? What is the answer? An account of any profits made by Raymond on the contract between Deccan Limited and Carbon Cans Limited. Deccan Limited and Carbon Cans Limited. Those are the answers. Alvin, Simon, T have been in a partnership for many years running a vets practice. The partnership agreement states that all drugs are only to be purchased from pharmaceutical supplier called Dave. On 15th November, Alvin received 10,000 from the partnership's bank, which he obtained by informing them they were planning to expand the partnership. In fact, he is struggling to pay his mortgage and used the money to pay arrears. T has been suffering from ill health for a number of years and retired on 1st of December 2017. A letter was sent out to all existing customers to notify them of T's retirement on 19th November. No other actions were taken to notify his retirement. 10th of December, Simon entered into a contract to buy drugs from a new pharmaceutical supplier B. The drugs have been delivered, but now Alvin is refusing to pay them. Dave is due payment to drugs purchased by the partnership 19th December 2017. So, Alvin is acted within his implied authority as a partner to borrow money, credit of the firm. True. Correct. Simon's purchase of the drugs was within express provision of the partnership agreement. It is implied. False. Simon's purchase of the drugs is likely to be within the implied authority. True. Alvin has used power unauthorized purpose and therefore exceed his express authority. True. Give 2 marks. In respect of the above, identify partner's liability. Alvin liable to all three. Theodore, B and the bank. Simon, all three. Give 2 marks. The liabilities. No, if all correct, give 2 marks. Otherwise, don't give marks. On 30th November, ACCA Limited went to creditors voluntary liquidation. At this date, the following debts were outstanding. Trade creditor 150, mortgage 200,000. It's secured by a fixed charge. A loan of 50,000 pounds, shareholder secured floating charge. A loan of 40,000 pounds, secured floating charge. Wages and salary of previous month of 20,000 pounds. The liquidator will charge a fee 7,000 pounds, undertake liquidation process. A creditor's voluntary liquidation. A creditor's voluntary liquidation is used where company is solvent. False. An order resolution must be passed in order to commence creditor's voluntary liquidation. Wrong. Liquidation commences from the date liquidator is appointed. No, after that only we appoint the liquidator. Wrong. I gave the steps. The directors are required to make declaration of solvency in creditor's voluntary liquidation. No. Correct answer. All four statements are false. Actually, first statement, write it down these terms nearby that point. Creditor's voluntary liquidation is used. Write it down. Explanation. Creditor's voluntary liquidation is used where company is insolvent. Second statement. Winding up commences from task 2. Rank the creditors according to priority. First one is liquidator's fee. Second one is mortgage. Third one is wages and salaries. Fourth one is Peter. Fifth one is Sandra. Sixth one is trade creditors. This is the order. If all correct, give 2 marks. Clear? Question number 5. Azra is a qualified accountant. Azra is a qualified accountant. Mortgage is a fixed charge. Yes. No, the thing is, first you should pay the liquidator's fee. We appoint a liquidator, his fee only we should pay. After that, yes, the first priority from the company is fixed charge. Is that clear? Without paying liquidator's pay, you can't go for fixed charge. Azra is a qualified accountant working for brokers and company. Whilst preparing the accounts for her client, Shifty Limited, she noticed there were several instances of large sums of money being credited into company's bank account from foreign source. Lamai, when you get things like this, foreign source, what it indicate? Exactly, money laundering. These funds were then immediately transferred to separate company account before being withdrawn as dividends by the company's shareholders. The owner of Shifty Limited told Azra that the funds represented trading income receipts and should be reported accordingly. However, there are no invoices or other correspondence available to support this. Azra suspects the company may be committing money laundering and uncertain whether raise her suspicious with the client. Doubt. What are the 2 following statements are correct? Money laundering is a criminal offense, correct? Any suspicious money laundering should be reporting to National Crime Agency. Mark these 2 other answers. Give 2 marks. Which 2 of the following statements are correct? Azra must not inform Shifty Limited that she has reported her suspicious. That is called what? How we call this? Very good. Tipping off. Write it down. Smart. That is also offense. Shifty must have preventive measures in place. Shifty Limited must have preventive measures in place. Which of the following is penalty for failure to report? 5 years imprisonment or fine. 5 years imprisonment or fine. Right. Now students, type your total marks. What is your total marks? Type your name and the marks out of 100 total. Ivani 71. Please type your name and the marks. Ashfa 72. Lamai, please type your marks. Mariam 75. Good. Today's mock, sometime you might feel comfortable because some questions are repeated. Tomorrow we'll see. Okay. Tomorrow the paper is a fresh paper. Mendini 75. You 74. Name? Ammar?
85.
Bilal, right? Marks? Counting. What about others? Lamai, type your names. Type your names and the marks. Quickly type your names and the marks. Zahran, what is your marks? Taruki, what is your marks? Adiba, what is your marks? Can you please type your marks? Taruki, smart. Right. Okay, do first 10 questions now. This is a mock paper, right? So do first 10 questions, then we'll discuss. First 10 questions, question number 1 to question number 10. Students, I'll share you another mock paper with the answers, right? So today is our last session, right? But in the group, I will share one more mock paper and the answer scheme also. So just do that later at home, okay? After you studied everything. Now, first 10 question, finish it off. First 10 questions, finish it off. Friends, in which of the following courts do all criminal cases, county court, magistrate court, write down third option, crown court. Crown court. Edit this question. Paper is uploaded. Yes. Second question, right issue, bonus issue, special issue. Fourth one, write down capital issue. Fourth one is capital issue. Question number 6. Question number 6. Write it down. 2 months. Third answer. Question number 6. Write it down. 2 months. There are some changes. Right. Question number 6. Okay. Now do first 10 questions. First 10 questions. Question number 1 to question number 10. Question number 1. In which of the following courts do all criminal cases begin? See, two things you should focus here. One is criminal cases, two is commencement, the lower level, where it begins. Correct answer is magistrate court. So magistrate court is the startup court of criminal case. Is that clear? So if you look at the hierarchy, magistrate court, from this magistrate court, right, serious issues move to crown court. Therefore, crown court also handle criminal cases, but the question they said begin. So therefore, it's magistrate court. Therefore, it is magistrate court. Give 1 mark. Give 1 mark. Question number 2. J hold 100 shares in Box Limited. The directors of Box Limited have announced that she will be granted 1 share for every 5 shares that she hold. The shares issued fully paid up. The shares issued fully paid up. What is the name given to allotment of shares? See, for every 5 shares, we are issuing 1 share. And this is not issued at a market price. This is not issued at a discounted price. If it is issued at a discounted price, you can say it is right issue. But it is already, the shares will be issued fully paid up. So it's a bonus issue. Give 2 marks. It's a bonus issue. Give 2 marks. How I identify it is bonus? Because it's fully paid. Right? So fully paid means shareholder no need to pay extra. If there is a right issue, there is an extra payment less than market price. Less than market price. Correct answer is bonus issue. Question number 3. In the context of sources of law, what is a statutory instrument? In the context of sources of law, what is a statutory instrument? Statutory instrument, a tool used by Parliament in the process of developing primary legislation. A form of delegated legislation that allow ministerial powers to exercise. A right granted by UK human rights legislation to strike out secondary legislation. What is the answer? What is statutory instrument? A form of delegated legislation that allows ministerial powers to exercise. Correct answer is to give 1 mark. See, technically the word ministerial powers, it gives executive powers. It gives executive powers. Normally students, statutory instruments, it gives executive power. Executives means cabinet in Sri Lankan context. Ministers are comes under cabinet. So executive powers is allocated through the statutory instrument. Correct answer is second one. Which of the following is an indication that the person is self-employed rather than an employee? We discussed contract of service, contract for service, right? So self-employed and the employee. What is the answer? Which of the following is an indication that the person is self-employed? Simply, the person has the ability to delegate work to others. Give 2 marks. Give 2 marks. Which of the following is a condition that must met in order to principle to ratify by actions? Principle to ratify action of an agent. This is comes under agency law, right? Ratification, agency relationship by ratification. Answer: the principle must have exercised, contract was formed. The principle must have existed when the contract was formed. You can't ratify for pre-incorporation contracts. Pre-incorporation means before you incorporate the company, if the contract is made, then you can't ratify. Right. Correct answer is third one. Give 1 mark. Question number 6. What is the minimum notice period that a person who has been employed 18 months is entitled to? 18 months entitled to 1 week. Give 1 mark. So technically students, here if you want, write down, if a person employed between 1 month and 2 years, they are entitled to one week notice. They are entitled to 1 week notice. They are entitled to 1 week notice. Question number 7. In the case of unlimited liability partnership being terminated, which of the following liabilities are repaid next? Once all the external debts have been settled. In the case of unlimited partnership, unlimited liability partnership means general partnership. So underline the word unlimited liability partnership. How we call? It's a ordinary general partnership. Being terminated, which of the following liability is repaid next once all external debts are settled? What is the answer? Partners loan advances. Give 1 mark. Last only capital contribution. Last only capital contribution. A declaration of solvency is required to commence which of the following? This is comes under solvency. Declaration of solvency is required to commence which of the following? A member's voluntary liquidation. Give 2 marks. For a member's voluntary liquidation, A declaration of solvency is required. A member's voluntary liquidation, a declaration of solvency is required. Question number 9. Which of the following is a ground for disqualifying a director under the model articles of association? Disqualifying a director under the model articles of association. Bankrupt. Correct answer, bankrupt. So normally, when an entity, write it down, when an entity bankrupt, articles of association, model, this is not the company article of association, model article of association, model articles of association disqualify director. So director can disqualify under model articles of association if the company become bankrupt. 10. Question number 10. Which of the following companies qualify exemption from audit? So what companies are exempt from audit? Right? So we discussed listed companies, external audit is mandatory, but still there are exemptions rule given by Companies Act. Exemption rule given by Companies Act. Answers: a public company turnover 1 million and balance sheet total 2 million. Listed companies are always, yes, mandatory to have external audit. So within bracket write down mandatory as per Companies Act. A private company, the turnover 11 million and the balance sheet total is 26 million. Right. Need to have audit. Reason? The turnover is 11. What is the rule? Rule is private company turnover 10.2 million. Asset or else balance sheet total 5.1 million. If it is exceed these two criteria, even private company require external audit. Private company require external audit. Dormant company. What is dormant company? Dormant companies are exempt. Dormant companies are exempt. Answer is this. Give one more. Dormant companies are exempt. Dormant companies are exempt. So write it down. Write it down. Dormant companies a registered company not actively trading. Dormant companies are exempt from audit. So dormant companies, if you take, no need to audit because they are not actively involved. Okay, now students, question number 11 is not given, no? Let's move question number 12 onwards. Let's check one by one. Question number 12. Okay. Question number 13. Okay. Question number 14. Question number 15. Question number 16, 17, up to 20, do it. Up to 20, finish it off. Up to question number 20, finish it off. How many days holiday leave is employee entitled to as a minimum? 28 days, correct. Give 1 mark. Leah was recently dismissed from employment when her employer find out she was pregnant, right? Which of the following type of dismissal? If you dismiss a female employee for the reason of pregnancy, what is the dismissal? Unfair dismissal. Unfair dismissal. Right. The reason of pregnancy is one of the reason for unfair dismissal. In the context of contract law, what is the effect of counter offer over original offer? What is the answer? Actually, it is reject the original offer. Give 2 marks. Actually, it is reject original offer. Question number 15. Holding companies may give creditors of their subsidiary companies a letter of comfort. Underline the word letter of comfort. Regarding the ability of subsidiary to pay its debts, what is the legal effect of letter of comfort? I teach you what is letter of comfort. Right. Let's say a group of companies, there is a subsidiary, there is a parent. Subsidiary, let's say, financially struggling. So parent can give a letter of comfort, kind of a protection, financial protection. What is the legal effect they are asking? It is legally binding holding company only. It is legally binding subsidiary company only. It is legally binding holding company and subsidiary company. It is not legally binding holding company or subsidiary company. Actually, letter of comfort is not a contract. It is like a recommendation letter. Therefore, it is not legally binding either holding company or subsidiary company. Give 2 marks. Write it down nearby this. A letter of comfort, a letter of comfort is not a legally binding document for parent or subsidiary. For parent or subsidiary. Then what is it's a statement. It's a statement. Fine. Question number 16. In relation to tort of negligence, which of the following describe standard of care expected of a person? What is the answer? With what a reasonable person would do in the circumstances. What a reasonable person would do in the circumstances. Reasonable person do in the circumstances. 17. What is the effect of voluntary non-fit injuria in law of tort? What is the answer? It's a complete defense to action in negligence. For a negligence, I am telling, okay, it's not because of only me, you also. So it's a complete defense to an action in the negligence, voluntary non-fit injuria. Bankruptcy cases are heard by which division of High Court? Which division of High Court? Chancery division. Give 1 mark. Question number 20. In relation to general rules of statutory interpretation, we discussed general rule, mischief rule, golden rule. Which of the following is the rule that states to express one thing by implication to exclude anything else? What is the answer? Expresso, unius, exclusio, alterius. Give one mark. Now 21 to 30. 21 to 30. Let's check 21 to 30. Okay. Here write it down. Question number 29, write it down. Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal. Question number 29, write it down. Court of Appeal. Right. Do question number 20 to 30. 21 to 30. Do it. Question number 21 to 30. Do it. Question number 21. Which of the following contracts will Consumer Rights Act apply to? What is the answer? Consumer Rights Act. What is the answer? Which of the following contracts will the Consumer Rights Act 2015 apply to? The supply of commercial goods from one business to another. The contract made in relation to family law. A mobile phone contract from telecommunication company to private individual. An employment contract. What is the answer? A mobile phone contract from a telecommunication company to a private individual. Here write it down. Write it down. The Consumer Rights Act only apply. The Consumer Rights Act only applies business to consumer contract. Business to consumer contract. Is that clear? Question number 22. In negligence, what is the limit of defendant's liability for damages? Defendant's liability for damages. The full losses incurred by the claimant, the losses that the defendant could reasonably foresee, the amount of losses that defendant can afford to pay. What is the answer? The losses that the defendant could reasonably foresee. Give one mark. 23. Which of the following parties does a company auditor owe their duty of care in respect of their audit report? Members personally, directors, creditors, company as a whole. Company as a whole. Give 2 marks. Near here, write down. Near this question, write it down. Auditors only owe duty of care. Auditor only owe duty of care to the company as a whole. To the company as a whole. Terms may be implied into contract of employment if they have certain characteristics. Which of the following is characteristics of a term that may be implied to employment contract? What is the answer? Answer, the term must be notorious. Write it down. Write it down. Terms may be implied into contract. Terms may be implied into contract from custom and practice. From custom and practice. If they are reasonable, certain, and notorious. Reasonable, certain, and notorious. Question number 25. Which of the following is a lawful excuse for not performing contractual obligation? The other party made performance impossible. The other party, it's a direct question. The other party made performance impossible. Question 26. In a company with more than one member, what is the quorum of class meeting? What is a quorum of class meeting? Two persons who hold at least a third of nominal value of the shares in the class. Give 1 mark. Where compulsory liquidation order has been granted, which of the following is true? Which of the following is true? True. All employees automatically dismissed. Give 2 marks. Where compulsory liquidation order has been granted, which of the following is true? Compulsory liquidation is granted means all employees are automatically dismissed. Which of the following is the rule for valid consideration? What is the answer? Performance of the promise must be possible. Give 2 marks. Which of the following is the final court of appeal for a number of Commonwealth countries? Number of Commonwealth countries. What is the answer? Privy Council. Which of the following is a right of the holder of debenture that is secured by fixed charge? That is secured by fixed charge. Prevent company from selling assets secured by charge. What is the answer? To prevent the company from disposing give 2 marks. Question number 31. Which of the following statement concerns Consumer Rights Act is not correct? What is the answer? Okay, do 31 onwards, do it. Which of the following statements concern Consumer Rights Act? What is the answer? Term describe unfair services fee is enforceable. The term restrict consumer legal rights wide. What is the answer, that one? The term is deemed unfair, cannot be enforced by consumer. This is the answer. Write it down. Give 1 mark and write it down. Under the act, terms which are under the act, terms which are void include those which restrict consumers legal rights. 32. Which of the following statement concerning the impact of UK human rights legislation not correct? Correct answer, the last one. The courts may strike out primary legislation that incompatible with the European Convention of Human Rights. L was convicted a criminal offence by magistrate court. If L has grounds to appeal, which court the case moved to next? Which court the case moved to next? Answer is High Court. Give 2 marks. Which of the following describes the liability class of sole trader for the debts of the business? Unlimited liability. Give 1 mark. LT is an accountant who works for T Limited, a company owned by SP. LT devised a scheme where T Limited can illegally disgorge certain revenues so that the company tax charge is reduced. Any tax scheme saved paid to a SP as a dividend. Which of the following offences have LT committed? Laundering, failure to report. Give 2 marks. I has recently become father for the first time. Which two of the following statutory rights I's employer owes him? The right statutory paternity leave for maximum 2 weeks. The right to unpaid paternity leave 18 weeks until child is 18. 2. Number 1 and number 3. Which of the following will the registrar of company hold? Company's file. Certificate of incorporation. Give 1 mark. Which of the following reasons automatically fair for dismissal? Take part in unofficial industrial action by employee. Give 1 mark. 39. Which two of the following are elements of company's constitution? Articles of association, company resolution. Give 2 marks. Which two of the following are criminal offenses that directors of a company may commit as a consequence of company being insolvent? Making a false declaration of solvency, wrongful trading. These are the two answers. Making a false declaration of solvency and wrongful trading. Which of the following remedies for breach of contract involve injured party claim the value of the work done? Quantum married. Give 2 marks. Which of the following remedies breach of contract involved injured party? Again, same question. Quantum married. In relation to contract law, which of the following statement related to acceptance of an offer is correct? Acceptance of an offer is correct. Acceptance may be inferred from a person's actions. Give 1 mark. 44. Which of the following parties are owed duty of care by an accountant respect of accounts that they have produced? The client and any person that accountant knows will rely on the accounts. Give 2 marks. Which two of the following contracts will intention to create legal relations? A contract between a man and his brother, in relation to the transfer of property between them. Section B, finish it off first question. Section B, finish it off first question. Section B, finish it off. Compared to section A, section B is very easy, straightforward. Finish it off. Section B, Adam, who operates accountancy practice, charges £1,000 per year for producing business accounts for the tax purpose. Unfortunately, he has had some difficulty in recovering his fees from two clients as follows. Bob, a car mechanic, told Adam that he could only raise cash to pay half of his fees, but that he would service Adam's car for the coming year. Adams reluctantly agreed to this proposal. Dawn, a not very successful musician, also told Adam she could only pay half money she owed to him as she needed to use the other half finance for new recording. Once again, Adam agreed to accept the half payment. Dawn's recording subsequently became a major hit and she made 100,000 profit from it. Adam himself is now financial difficulty and needs cash to pay his own tax bill. Which of the following statements concern Adam's agreement with Bob is correct? Here, Adam cannot require Bob to pay his balance full payment, a kind of valid consideration. Adam cannot require Bob to pay his balance in full because payment in kind is valid consideration. In regards to Adam's agreement with Dawn, identify which of the following statements true or false. Doctrine promissory estoppel does not apply. False. Adam can recover the part payment if he did not accept it voluntarily. 2. Adam can recover the part payment if Dawn took advantage of him financially. True. Dawn may be required to pay Adam in full because the success of her recording. True. If all correct, give 2 marks. Otherwise, don't give marks. Chi D Phi formed an ordinary partnership. So here the partnership is ordinary partnership to run an art gallery. Each of them paid 100,000 into business as Phi had no prospect of raising any more money. It was agreed between them that her maximum liability for any partnership debt would be fixed, her original contribution 100,000. The partnership agreement specifically restricted the scope of the partnership business to the sale of paintings. In January 2000, she took 10,000 from the partnership bank drawn on its overdraft facility. She had told the bank that the money was financed a short-term partnership debt. In fact, she used the money to pay for a holiday. February, D entered 25,000 contract on behalf of the partnership to buy some books which she hoped to sell in the gallery. Which of the following partners are liable to repay overdraft? Chi, D and Phi. All 3 partners. Give 2 marks. Did D have authority to purchase the book? Yes. That authority we call apparent authority. Give 2. So under apparent authority, write down. The partnership agreement specifies that the partnership should only sell paintings. Comma. And D did not have D did not have actual authority to undertake this contract. So it is what authority then? Apparent authority. Which of the following statement about fees, liability, partnership debt is correct? Here see, fee jointly liable for all partnership debt but claim any amount she liable for 100,000 from Chi and D. Give 2 marks. Third one, in 2000, F, G and H formed private limited company, FGH Limited, to carry out technological research. They each took 100 shares in the company and each of them become director of the company. In January 22, F admitted that she had been working with the much larger rival company and she had passed some FGH Limited's research results to LX PLC in return substantial payment. F maintained that she has done no harm. FGH Limited was not capable using information. And which two of the following are consequences of directors breach their duties to their company? Simply restoration of company property. Identify whether F acted breach of the following duties as a director. Duty to avoid conflict of duty, personal interest. Yes, duty is breached. Duty not to accept benefit from third party. Yes, duty is breached. Give 2 marks. Identify the type of resolution and meeting notice period G and H would need to use in order to correctly remove F as a director. It's an ordinary resolution, special notice. 2 marks. Ordinary resolution, special notice. Yes, in the final exam also, if all correct only, you will get 2 marks. If 1 or 2 correct, you won't get partial. Right? And here, 2 years ago, F inherited some money and decided to invest the money in the company shares. At the time, he heard that the H Limited was badly need additional capital, and the directors had decided that only way to raise need money was to offer fully paid up £1 shares to new members at a discount price 60 cents per share. If thought the offer was too good to miss and subscribed, paid 20,000 new shares in the basis. However, H Limited since gone into insolvent liquidation, owing us considerable sum of money to be unsecured creditors. With the remaining money of his investment, F subscribed 10,000 shares in IRK PLC. Although they were nominally £1 shares, he was required to pay £2 for each share he subscribed. The shares are currently trading 2.1 per shares. Which of the following describe F's liability for H Limited's debts? Liable up to £8,000. See, there are 20,000 shares, 40 cents. So 8,000. Identify which of the following statements true or false. IPLC must transfer excess paid over the nominal value of the shares to general reserve. No. False. I is not permitted to pay excess fin paid over the nominal value shares as dividend. Yes, true. I is permitted to use excess F paid over the nominal value shares to fund a bonus issue. True. I is permitted to repay excess F Limited paid over nominal value back him to cash payment. No, you can't repay. So first one is false, second one is true, third one is true, fourth one is false. If all 4 correct, give the marks. Otherwise, don't give marks. Number 5. JPLC listed in the London Stock Exchange. K works for JPLC as an accountant. Whilst drawing up annual accounts, K noticed that the JPLC's profits were better than anyone could have expected. As a consequence of this knowledge, he bought shares in JPLC before good results were announced. See here, before its good results were announced. He made substantial profit, insider dealing, share dealing. Kip told friend Lou about the results before they were announced, right? Which two of the following elements definition of inside information? It should be specific and precise and highly related to the price. So if this the answer, 2 marks. Identify which of the following offenses K and L have committed. K, it's a insider information, encourage the deal, both offense. L, trading insider information. Gave 4 marks. Now students, type your total marks that you got out of 100. What is your total marks out of 100? I will share the detailed answer scheme to you all. I will share the detailed answer scheme to you all. Taruki, what is your answer? Marks? Mariam, what is your marks? Bilal? What is your total marks? Okay, what is your total marks out of 100? How much? 70. Ammar? You? 44. Right. Lamai, I'll share the paper answer scheme with you all in the WhatsApp group, and also I'll share a bit complicated questions, right, with the answers, a revision kit. Please practice that also. Practice Kaplan revision kit, practice the mock papers, practice the revision kit which I going to share in the group, right? That revision kit is a bit difficult, right? After that, sit for the exams. After that, sit for the exams. Okay? Right, with that point, I'll stop. Right. Do your exams, don't delay exams. Right. Thank you.